Hi everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be discussing the intersection of race, class, and relationships. Relationships are complex, and when you add the dimensions of race and class, things can get even more complicated. In this video, we'll be exploring how these different identities intersect, and the challenges and opportunities that come with it. Before we dive in, let's define what we mean by race, class, and relationships. Race refers to our shared physical and cultural traits, such as skin color and ethnicity. Class refers to our economic and social status, including factors like income, education, and occupation. Relationships, of course, refer to the connections we have with other people, whether romantic, platonic, or professional. Now, let's talk about how these different identities intersect. As you can see in this diagram, race, class, and relationships overlap in a complex way. For example, if you're a person of color who comes from a lower socioeconomic background, your experiences and perspectives will be different from someone who is white and comes from a wealthy background. This intersectionality can create unique challenges and opportunities when it comes to relationships. For example, power dynamics and privilege can play a role in relationships. People who hold certain identities, such as white people or people from wealthier backgrounds, may have more societal power and influence. This can create imbalances in relationships that can be difficult to navigate. Another challenge is communication. Different cultures may have different expectations for communication styles, which can create misunderstandings and conflicts. Prejudice and discrimination from others can also impact relationships. For example, a person of color dating someone from a different racial background may face discrimination and negative stereotypes from others. However, some opportunities come with intersectionality in relationships. For example, cross-cultural relationships can offer a chance for growth and learning. By understanding and appreciating different cultures and perspectives, we can broaden our zones and challenge our assumptions and biases. The opportunity to challenge societal norms and stereotypes is another potential benefit. By being in a relationship that challenges traditional gender roles or expectations, we can pave the way for more inclusive and diverse relationships in society as a whole. Intersectionality in relationships can also create the potential for building stronger, more resilient connections. By respecting and valuing each other's differences, we can create relationships that are more authentic and meaningful. It's important to recognize that intersectionality is not a one-size-fits-all concept. Each individual's experiences and identities are unique, and their intersectionality can manifest in different ways. For example, a person who is white and comes from a lower socioeconomic background may have different experiences and perspectives than a person of color who comes from a wealthier background. It's also important to acknowledge the historical and systemic factors that have contributed to the intersectionality of race, class, and relationships. For example, the legacy of slavery and segregation in the United States has had lasting effects on the experiences of people of color, particularly in terms of economic opportunities and social mobility. These historical factors can impact present-day relationships and interactions. When it comes to navigating intersectionality in relationships, communication is key. It's important to have open and honest conversations about each other's experiences and perspective, and to be willing to learn and grow together. It's also important to recognize and respect each other's boundaries, particularly